Hey guys, Luke McElroy from Mets Performance Consulting. I just wanted to give you a quick insight into some of the comparisons between pre and post testing data. So I do apologise for not getting a video out this week. I've been super under the pump this week, but a little bit quieter next week, so I will get another video up and running soon. But often what guys do is they come in for a VO2 max test first, get their initial baseline or whatever they're at the moment. I give them some look at their strengths and weaknesses, give them some training advice, and they go off and target those weaknesses. So I've just got some data here of a guy that I currently coach. I'm going to keep his name anonymous because he is particularly very sensitive about his data, wants it to be top secret until he's smashing the top of the podium. But I'm just going to run through. So on the left here, we've got this person's data from middle of January, 15th of January of this year. And on the right here, it's from the 23rd of April, which is today. Basically, I'm going to show you what we would expect to see if somebody gets fitter from pre and post. So on the left here, this is the exact same test. So exact same protocol. Started off at 90 watts. Every 3 minutes, we increased the wattage by 30 watts. So we went from 90 to 120 to 150, etc. And we're measuring, obviously, how much air is breathing in, breathing rate, heart rate, how much oxygen this athlete is extracting out of the air that they're breathing, as well as their lactate as well. So we'll just take some random proportions, all right? So I'll do some random comparisons. Let's go 4 minutes in. Pre-testing, 57 litres of air that this person was breathing in and out of their lungs per minute, compared to today, 34 litres. All right, so that's a drop in about 23 litres of air. And the reason that was possible is because of this number here, fraction of expired oxygen. Okay, now going back to the last couple of videos, this is all about how much oxygen our muscles are extracting out of what we're breathing in. We want this to be as low as possible. That's possible because this is what we're breathing out. Therefore, we're not using that amount. So 16.73 compared to 15.78. All right, so that's a significant improvement. Considering that we've only got 21% of the oxygen coming in, if we go 21, take away 16.73, which was pre-testing, that means we're using 4.27% oxygen compared to 21, take away 15.78. Yeah, that's 5.22%. So in relative terms, I did the math. In relative terms, we're at, as an average, this person could actually extract 15% more oxygen out of what they were breathing in currently, which is massive in 3 months. That's huge. Heart rate, as we see, 4 minutes in, 129 compared to 134 last time. All right, it gets more significant the further down we go. So let's just scroll down here let's go towards the end of the test. Okay. Let's go to peak values. May as well go straight to peak values. So last time we peaked at 13 minutes, 128 litres of air as our ventilation, 56 breaths per minute, 193 heart rate, 18% fraction of expired oxygen. So definitely peaked at 38.3 VO2 max at 210 watts, just starting 1 minute into 210 watts in a 3-minute stage. Today, we lasted 18 minutes, which is massive. So let's go back to 13. So in relative terms, 13 minutes, 67.1 litres of air compared to 128, so literally half, which is pretty crazy. 32 breaths a minute compared to 56, so breathing a lot easier. Heart rate's only 172 compared to 193 last time, which is a 21 beat decrease. 16.46 compared to 18% fraction of expired oxygen. That is a massive, massive improvement. And VO2 was actually 32.1 compared to 38.3 last time. So this athlete's become a lot more economical at lower workloads as well, a lot more relaxed, body's more efficient at using oxygen. VO2 max went up a bit, went up about 8%, 41.4 compared to 38.3. So that's a solid increase. Max heart rate went down a little bit, which is to be expected because the heart's bigger, therefore doesn't need to beat as much. Ventilation was down a little bit, but only by 6 litres, which in the scheme of things, that's not a big change. I don't expect ventilation to change much for most individuals. Your lungs are your lungs. They don't really get bigger. If you're fully developed and fully grown, they don't really get bigger. The only time that your lungs or breathing is a limiting factor to performance is if you're asthmatic or emphysemic or have some sort of chronic bronchial disease, etc. So the ways that we mainly see improvement is not through your lungs because you can't really grow them any more than they are genetically, but your heart rate. Also, your heart becomes bigger. If it becomes bigger, it pumps out more blood per beat, and also this fraction of expired oxygen decreasing as well. Therefore, our muscles can extract more oxygen per beat. So really, really good. And I'll just quickly compare lactate again as well. I'll just go to the numbers on the side here as opposed to the graph, but let's just compare it. Pre-testing 1.3 at rest. We're at 4 over here, which is just due to nerves. That's not unusual. That often does come up at the start, and then it decreases after once oxygen becomes into the system there. 2.9 compared to 3, so similar. 2.5 compared to 4.8, all right, much better this time. 3.6 compared to 6.4, again, much better. 5.4 compared to 12.5, so significantly better again, and then 8.5 compared to 12.3, which is huge. And this athlete could get to 15.7 at the end, which means that they are better at putting up with lactic acid. So yeah, short video, just thought I'd show you guys a bit of behind the scenes. This athlete's obviously responded very well to training. We now have 3 months down and we can really focus in on improving this person's threshold now, which is currently sitting at 78% of their VO2 max. We want to push that closer to 88 to 90%, and then they'll be race ready and fit to go. So that'll be the next focus for the next 2 to 3 months, and then we'll get him back in for testing and go from there. So hope you found that useful, guys. Any questions, put them below. I'll answer them when I can, and I'll get a video up early this week. Cheers.